Hello folks, welcome to Tournament Fishing, the deck building game. I'm Greg Mailer, and today I'm going to show you a couple new exciting things that I haven't shown before. First of all, we're going to have the Rod and Boats expansion. We're going to show you how that works. And also, something I'm really excited about is I am testing out instead of using dice, I'm using a deck of cards here. And as you see, they have the same type of symbol type thing as the dice, but it allows me to control how the distribution goes a lot better, and so it's going to be a little bit less random. Also, what's great about it is it lowers the cost of the actual game by about $1.50, which is very significant. Whenever you're trying to condense these games on like the Game Crafter, it's very hard to knock it down that much. And so by taking out the dice and adding in 32 small cards to simulate the dice, it actually lowered the price. And then I did have to change some mechanics to it. As you see, I've already laid out the bait shop supply here. I did have to change a couple of the cards, mostly the ones that worked off the dice, such as flipping and re-rolling. Now they're going to say discard any one fight card and then draw a new one to replace it. So this one used to say re-roll any one fight die. Now instead of re-rolling, you're getting to discard one of them and replace it with one off the top of the deck. So similarly, the other ones were changed. For instance, this one says, instead of, I think this one said ignore any one fight die, now it says discard this card to ignore any one fight card. So essentially I just had to change a little bit of the terminology, but virtually the game plays almost the same. I actually like the deck of cards better than the dice, so that's why I'm excited about it. And hopefully you'll see that in the video. Anyway, the first thing we're going to do, make sure we have our color set up and zoom in a little bit. Let's look at this Rods and Boats expansion. So basically it's very simple. During setup, I've already done it, but when you hand out the starting decks to each angler, or in a solo game after you get your starting deck, you just take and you shuffle each of the 8 rods and boats. So flip them over, we're going to give them a shuffle, and then you simply give one boat and one rod to each angler and have them put it in their starting deck. They can look at it if you want. I don't usually look at mine because I like to be surprised about what I got. And after that, you just put the rest back in the box, and Tabletop Simulator, I'm going to delete them, and that's it. So now your starting deck has 2 new cards. It has obviously a rod, and one of them is a boat, and they work just like the other cards. There's no restrictions or anything extra you need to know about that. The other thing that this expansion adds is a 6 p.m. card, which is basically extending the tournament another round. So you can go 13 now, and I'm going to go ahead and do that as well. I'll put it in here and shuffle it up. So we're going to be going 13 rounds, and because of that extra round, the AI actually catches 7 fish instead of 6. So you got to really up your game, by adding that extra hour in there. Alright, let's go ahead and draw our 6 cards to start the, I think I shuffled. Yeah, I shuffled. Okay. So it looks like we're going to have the power rod as the rod we drew. And it basically just gives you 3 base power. And works just like a normal card. Alrighty. Wonder what boat we got. We'll draw that next. Probably. Okay, as always, I'm going to go ahead and give that a shuffle again. We will draw the top card of the clock deck and see what the AI does. He's going to discard or delete the 4th position, and then he's going to remove this card over here, which was a 9 yellow. The other thing I want to show you real quick is I had to change the fish cards as well. As you see, they used to have the dice symbols in the bottom left hand corner. Now they're going to have, as you see, that picture there matches up with this one. So it's basically telling you take 3 cards off of here and reveal them, just as if you kind of rolled 3 dice. So it's very similar. That's why I like this little transition, because it's not totally the game still plays and feels the same way. It didn't take very much to tweak it. I actually did it in one day, so now I'm sort of testing it just to make sure. This is the second game I've played, and the first game went great. I lost really badly, but it played really well. So I just didn't play very well, and there was a lot of unfortunate things that happened in that game, but hopefully this game goes a little bit better. So let's go ahead and start our turn. First off, we look at this clock card. We're going to have -2 in our cast phase. Looks like we don't have any search effects, so we will go ahead and move to the cast phase. I'm going to go ahead and throw a grasshopper out there just to see if I can see what's out here. I'm casting with -2 power, and a red lure is essentially what this is going to amount to. Zoom in even more. Okay, so let's cast here in the first position. There's a 10 black, and the second cast is an 8 green. So 10, 8, black, green. So I'm going to see if I can remember that. Now I move into the buy phase. I skip the real phase, and I've got 5 cards to buy something. I could go ahead and buy the master set. If I discarded all 5, I could get some strong line for 3, and possibly like the quick reel. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and discard all 5. For 5 money, and I'm going to get the quick reel and the strong line. I want to be more versatile. I could get the master set, but I want to get 2 good cards instead of 1. Alright, then you discard the cards you played during the cleanup phase, and you draw back up to your hand size, and then you refill the bait shop. And then we see what the AI does next. It's going to delete the 1st and the 5th position, and then he's going to remove this one. Okay, that's a 2 of any color. Not too bad. Now we looked at this the clock card, and we have discard a card, which is it's the worst effect. As you see, it happens at noon, 12 o'clock noon. So it's just not a good time to go fishing at that hour. So we're gonna have to discard a card. So let's go ahead. Let's see, I knew it was a 10 and an 8, which I probably not gonna. No, I have no chance of getting that. Well, there's just like, no, I can only get 6. But yeah, so let's go ahead and just discard one of these. And I do have a search phase. This strong line, it's an attachment, and we're going to attach it to our play area anywhere you want. And just make sure that you remember with these attachments, they don't get discarded like normal cards during the cleanup phase. You leave them out until the red condition text is fulfilled. So in this case, this is going to stay out until we're going to be able to use it at the opportune time to give us some discard it to ignore 1 fight card. So I'm going to put that in play. I'm going to lock it down so that I don't discard it on accident. And then I'm going to move. So I want to cast. So I could forego my cast. But I think I will, because I have a plan. I think I'm going to just buy the master set with the 5 money I have. I could buy the shades, but I'm going to throw out a worm and see if I can get some more information. I knew that was a 10 and an 8. I think black green, if I'm not mistaken. So let's see what this is. We have a 5 black, and then our second cast, 4 yellow. 10, 8, 5, 4, 10 black, 8 green, 5 black, 4 yellow. Alright, let's go ahead and spend the 5 money. As you notice here, the quick reel gives us 3, so that's how I'm getting the 5. So we're going to get the master set into our hand and discard what we played. Draw back up to hand size. So we're going to draw 3. Oh, there's our boat that we got. Let's see. Refill the bait shop. And so let's look at the boat real quick. So we drew the utility boat. This one says we get to draw the top card of our discard pile when we play it. So that one we want to try to combo where we can get a really good card. And in the rules, it doesn't say what order you discard stuff in, and so it's kind of up to you when you're in the cleanup phase. Once you get to cleanup phase, you can discard them however you want in whatever order, so you can sort of use that to your advantage while you are using the utility boat. Okay, let's see. Let's go and see what the AI is going to do. He's going to delete the middle card, and then he gets to remove any card we want. Let's look at our hand. Ew, this is not looking good for us, actually, because we don't have a lure in our hand. So we're going to be doing some shopping this turn. I think I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this 10 so that he doesn't get it. So I'll do that. That's one of the benefits of this mode, the solo mode, the solo tournament, is that since you get a choice on what the AI does a little bit, if you remember what's out there, you can use that to your advantage, especially whenever he catches one. So I can give him like this 4 over here. So keep that in mind. Now, we could use this, but we don't have anything in our discard pile, so that wouldn't be very smart. So let's go ahead and move to the buy phase. We can't cast because we don't have a lure, which might mean I need to buy one. So let's see what we can buy. I'm going to spend 1, 2, 3, to get a spinner, because this one will allow me to choose any color for it and say it aloud, and then it becomes that color. So that's really nice. And then I think I might buy the quick reel to combo off that. So the quick reel will get it up to boost it up to +4. That'll give me a total of 8 next turn. So that's really nice. And then on top of that, I get to draw 3 cards and refill the bait shop. I changed up the sharp hooks. Oh, I guess we drew 2 of them. I changed up the sharp hooks. I was getting it a boost to your like general power 3, but with this new mechanics of the card deck instead of dice, I went ahead and wanted another way to kind of mitigate the cards. So this one you attach. It's the search phase. You attach it to your play area, and then you can discard it to swap out a fight card with the top one of their discard pile. So that's, by having a deck of cards, it allowed me to have a new way to interact with these cards. And one of the ways is once we start getting some of these out here and they go in the discard pile, you can start using the top card of that discard and swap out. So that's what the sharp hooks are going to do for you. And then there's some other cards that do that as well. So, all right. I did the AI, and I started talking. No, what did I do? No, I haven't done the AI yet. So let's do him. I hope I didn't at least. One way to know if you didn't is if the whole row is full. That probably means you didn't do the AI. So we're going to delete, and then he's going to catch the middle card, and it's a 5 black. I'm okay with that. Okay. Man, we have -2 in our cast phase again. That's being rough on us. Now I gotta remember what that was. I think it's 8 green. So my plan was to get 8 power from these two and cast with a green. That's just not gonna help work this time. So, but I am gonna put out the quick reel. It looks like I'm gonna have to put out the power rod. So we're gonna use the power rod to quickly reel, and then we're gonna cast a spinner with green. So right now we have 7 minus 2, 5 power, and the master set will get us up to 9. Then we'll have 2 cards left over, plus the master set allows us to ignore any one fight card. So I'm pretty confident that we might be able to catch this one. That sounds funny. I'm pretty confident that we might. Yeah, okay. So I said green, and I'm not going to gamble. I don't want to gamble. I mean, I kind of do want to gamble, but I'm worried that I'll get into a snag or something and then lose this good lure I bought. So I'm going to just go straight here. And now I only have 5 power, but as you remember, the hook cards can be played as a sort of reaction after casting. I should leave that in this row. Wait, in this row where I got it. I can even put it on top of here if I want, so that I remember it's in this pile. Okay, so now I have 9 power. I have the green lure, and that's what's cool about the spinner. It's very nice because if you remember what's out there, you can pick whatever color you want. So it's pretty powerful. Okay, so we have 2 cards left in our hand, and this is the first time we're going to be able to show you how this new deck works. So this guy here is going to draw 3 cards down there in the bottom corner. And so let me shuffle this again and do 1, 2, 3. Alright, so this is essentially the same thing as rolling the dice. In this result, we would have got a red boat, a pop, and a blank. So this one's just a blank. So if we don't do something about this pop, we are going to lose the fish and our lure. What's cool though is I do have the master set, which you can ignore any one fight card. So essentially I can ignore this one, and as long as I have a red, which I do, I can counter that red by discarding it, and this fish has been caught because I'm ignoring it. That one, that's a blank, so we did catch it. The other, you see how they have these little what are these arrows here? What that is there's another mechanic to simulate the flip of the die that I had in the game. I put these little arrows in there, and if you have that flip, there's several cards where you can you could have flipped the dice. Now you can sort of, I could have turned that pop into a red instead of the pop by flipping it, or I could have turned this one into a blank by not flipping. You don't really have to flip it, but you could do it just so you know that you're using the power on that one. So anyway, that's why the arrows are there, and they're on every card, so that you could potentially mess with every card. So now we discard those, and we catch the fish into our live well, and that was perfect. I'm very happy with that. All right, now we have one money left. We can't buy anything. There's no lures in the bait shop. I mean, in the bait bucket yet. So you can't buy anything with 1 money except for the live bait lures. So let's refill the bait shop. Draw our hand size. Oh, and keep in mind I could have used this strong line as well. So that's I need to keep in mind that that's there in case like I wouldn't have been able to have enough to catch that fish. I could have discarded this to probably help me get there. And that is gonna, at some point, this is gonna come in handy. I have a feeling. So, man, there's all my lures. I got 4 lures this time. It was who shuffled this? All right, so let's see. What's the AI gonna do? You're gonna delete the first 2 in the row, and then get rid of this one. And I don't think I knew what it was. 5 yellow. Okay. Alright, we're going to get +2 in our cast phase this time, which is very nice. But do I know where anything is at? At one point in time I did, but I don't recall much right now. I just caught that one, so I don't know what that is. I don't think I know what this is because he just removed it. I think this one was like, it used to be a 5 black, but I think that one got removed. I think this is a 4 yellow. So if I can get up to 4 yellow, I could do it. But I have a yellow lure, I just don't have, I could play the quick reel, but that would be a sort of waste. So, choices. What's in here? Could have some sharp hooks and another spinner. Alright, here's my plan. I'm going to use the quick reel and this, not the sinker, the minnow to get me up to 4, and I'm going to try to catch this one, but I'm going to also look at this one to see what it is. Hopefully I don't. Oh, great. Alright, so I was going to go for this one, but by gambling and casting over here, this 3-point spotted bass took my bait. So he only reveals 1 card, so we will draw it and see what we get. A blank. So that means we just catch him, just like you rolled a blank on the dice. So this will go in the bait bucket now, and I'll put it like right here. I'll put it over here. There's the bait bucket. Alright, we'll discard that one. What else? And now we're moving to the buy phase. I could buy both of those sharp hooks, or I could buy the spinner, keep the reel, but I don't know where anything is. So I already have the strong line. I think I'm going to buy the spinner. I mean, you can use these cards in 3 different ways, so I'm going to buy the spinner because I can use it this turn for a lure, and I could use it for its money or for its symbols. So, alright, let's discard what we played, shuffle, draw to hand size, refill the bait shop. Alright, and now we're good to go. Okay. This is the only card that deletes 3 of them. The expansion card. It's going to delete, and then you get to catch any one you want. Now I know that 4 yellows here. I'm going to go ahead and give it to him because that's a low point fish. And even though I'm not going to know that's there now, that's fine. I'm going to take as much advantage of that as possible. And now we got our boat again, but the problem is we don't have anything to discard pile anymore. So we might could hold on to that though and utilize it later. We're going to get -1 in our cast phase this turn. We have a perfect shot and a sweep, which are both very good cards that we could upgrade with. We have spinners, which that's just 6 money between both of those. So we have a bunch of options. We don't know where anything is out here, so we need to figure out, what's out there. I'm almost tempted to just cast this out there with no power just to figure out what's out there and then buy something good. And then I might use my utility boat to pick this back up. That's probably what I'm going to do. Alright, so I'm going to just pick any color. Let's do green. And then I'm going to cast right here. There's a red 4. And then I'm going to make my second cast right here. There's a 6 of any color, alligator gar. So red 4, 6 of any color. If this is still there next turn, I'll probably go for it. Okay, now I'm going to try to buy one of these good cards. So I kind of know that I'm going to get the spinner, back because of the utility boat, because it'll be the last thing that's discarded. So I could use the spinner for 3, and then four, 5. So there's 5, and then I got my sweep here. Alright, and then I'll discard what I played, draw back up to hand size, and that's setting up the utility boat for this next search phase where I can pick that back up. So that's what's really nice about the utility boat, if you can combo it like that. Alright, let's fill up the bait shop roll. 2 jigs, a plug, another perfect shot. Wow, okay. I'll see what the AI does. I'm going to delete one of those and this one, which, oh, a 9 red. I did not know that was there. Oh, thank goodness I have this too, because look, I have no lures again. So, oh, and I get to scan. Another one thing I can do is get to scan a leg spot. So I'm going to play this boat, utility boat, during the search phase. I'm going to draw the top card of my discard pile into my hand. Yay. Now I got a lure. It's a good trade. And now I can use that effect here since I'm still in the search phase. I need a 6 of any colors here. I think it was a 4 red. Let's see what this one is. 7 yellow. Might want to go for that one. Alright, now we move to the cast phase. This sweep is going to give me a total of 6 power against anything that's 6 or higher. See how he gets that bonus +2 if it's 6 or higher. So this 7 and that 6, you know, will make this turn into a 6 power. So I only need 1 more power to attract that one, and this one can be attracted with just, I mean, that's a good sweep, I guess, you know. So let's see. And that one I would just, so I'm going to make it a yellow. The spinner's going to be a yellow lure. And I think I'm going to go ahead and go for 1 more power. I don't have any mitigation this time, so I'm kind of worried. Oh yeah, I do. I have the strong line. Okay, I'm not worried anymore. So I'm going to throw out a reel. So that'll actually bring it up to 6 right there. And then when I cast here, it'll boost it up to 9. Alright, this is a 7-point fish, and 3 cards are drawn. 1, 2, 3. So we got blank, any color. This one means any color. You can flip it over to get a blank. This one, oh, I didn't flip it over. Oh, okay. There's only 2 of those in the deck, and somehow I got both of them right back to back. So we got a blank, and then 2 of any. So we're good. We're perfect. So let's go ahead and discard the set and the pause to counter both of those, and we're perfect as I said. Discard those, and we caught the 7-point fish. Yes. Now we have 1 money, and there's nothing we can buy for 1 money, so let's go ahead and discard everything except for that attachment. Draw 5 and see what the AI does. I'm going to delete the plug and the jig, and then he's going to catch this one. Oh, so he caught that 6-point. That's kind of a bummer, because I was thinking about going after that one this turn, and that's just how the AI is. He's pretty mean. He likes to take away the stuff you know about. So let's see. But we do have +2 power in our cast phase. That's great. 2 quick reels. That's awesome. And the master set. We drew all our big guns here. We've got these can all give us 4 to that sinker. And we also have a pitch +2. Man, if I knew where something big was here, but I don't. So I'm gonna be casting blind. Or I could use the grasshopper and kind of skip this turn and figure out where some stuff is. But the more you do that, the more turns you're kind of losing, if you know what I mean. So let's go ahead and throw out the sinker and throw out a quick reel for 4. That'll be 6 green, and we can boost it up to actually a 10 with this master set if we wanted to. And okay, so he removed that. I just caught that one. That one was like a 5 red or something, which now that's starting to make me wonder if I should use the grasshopper instead. Yeah, I just changed my mind. I'm going to use the grasshopper to cast here. It's a 7 red, okay. And then I'm going to cast right here. Ah, sorry, I grabbed the whole deck. Okay, so see how that's 4 and it's 2. So what I can do is play the master set to get me up to 6, and that's more than enough. So this guy's going to be doing 2 cards, and so this one's going to be I need to discard a red symbol and a yellow. This master set allows me to just ignore one of them, essentially. So let's ignore the red. So I'm just going to discard it, and I could have just made that thing say discard a card, discard a fight card, but I think ignore is self-explanatory as well. So let's use the pitch to counter that yellow, and we're good to go. This guy goes in the bait bucket, and we still have a load in our hand as well, so that's looking good. We caught a 4-point fish, and I figured out that was a 7 red as well, so that was a good turn. I got some information and I caught a fish, and so I'm happy with that, and I'm able to set up a really good hand next turn too, but it's only for a green, so that might mean I want to buy this one that has a red on it. So let's use the quick reel for 3 money to buy the spinner bait. And man, if I really wanted to, I could get the perfect spot. Let's do that. I'm feeling good. So that's 4, and we also got a perfect spot. So we got a perfect spot and a spinner bait. I kind of wonder if I should have done that, but because now I got rid of my good cards, but I'm hoping I can draw back into them. So let's draw 2. Let's flip it over, shuffle, and draw 2. Fill the bait shop. I was supposed to discard this card here. Also, as you play the deck, as you play the game more, and you see what's more in the fight deck over here, you will start to. You can actually look at it before the game as well, and you'll see that there's 3 pop cards in there. There's 6 blanks, and then the rest of them are just distributed pretty evenly. So the pop has only less than a 10% chance when you first start, but as you start going, like if you look, we've already got 9, and so 1 pop I believe was in there, but there's 2 more pops in here, so that your odds start going higher and higher as this starts going down. So as you play the game more, you're going to start to notice, I guess it's sort of like Gloomhaven and some of those other games where they're using a deck of cards instead of dice. So the advantage is you can kind of know what's already been discarded as you're planning out what to do, if you're paying attention. Alright, so let's see what the AI does. So he's going to delete the spinner bait, and he's going to catch this one, which I have no idea what it is. 4, I'm perfectly happy with you catching that one. And I get to scan the lake spot. This was the, man, I know it's red, I think it was 8, but it might know it was 7 or 8. Maybe I want to scan there just to make sure, because I'm going for it for sure. Although, if I don't scan there, it'll give me. Yeah, I'm going to scan here to make sure. Okay, it was a 7. Now I know exactly how much I need. And I don't have any search effects, cards with search effects. I got real cast phase, so we're going to move into the cast phase. I'm going to go ahead and play the, well, let's do the math here. I only need 7. The spinnerbait's going to give me 2, so I only need 5. So I could get it with the pitch and the power. So let's do pitch with our power rod and with the spinnerbait. And that'll give us exactly, 7, 2, 4, 7, and then we'll have 3 cards in our hand, which is great. I could have played this one, but then I can't play the pitch because you can only play 1 cast. So that's why I went with this. I could have played this one and keep the pitch in my hand, and then I would draw another card, which is actually a good option too. It would waste 1 power, but I also get to save this one, which allows me more mitigation. So, you know, it's decisions, sort of. If I use this now, I won't be able to use it later. So let's go ahead and go with it. And this time I am not, should I gamble? Nope, I'm not gambling. I'm playing a good game, and the AI is not caught very good fish, so I'm going to go right here. He's going to be drawing 3 cards, and let's see what he gets. I'm feeling there's going to be a pop. Oh man. Oh, I thought I didn't have any way to, okay, great. He got a blank, a yellow, and a pop. Now remember, I don't have any mitigation, but look at this guy. This is what we've been saving the strong line for the whole game. I'm going to discard this guy here to ignore, does it say ignore? Yeah, ignore any 1 fight die. So I'm going to discard it and basically say bye-bye. And so now I only have to counter a yellow, and lo and behold, I have to use my perfect spot, because that's the only yellow symbol I have. So let's discard that one to counter that, and we've caught another fish. We're doing great. So now 2 pops have gone, and we have 1 more in the deck, so the odds are very low now because it's 1 in 20. And on Tabletop Simulator, you know, it pops up to 20 there. You're not going to really know that when you're playing the physical game. You're just going to kind of know, oh, the deck's a little bit more than halfway. So, anyway. What am I doing now? Oh, I caught this fish. And now I have 4 money. I could get something else. Here's the card I want to show you. Use the, basically, that result of any 1 fight card instead. So that little symbol there, where you got the 2 swooping arrows, it matches up with that. So basically I had to change those, the lift card and I think the plug. So let's see, what do I want to buy? I think I might want to get a jig. Let's discard our hand. Wait, actually I don't need to discard both. I'll just discard this one to get the jig into my hand. And then we will discard what we played. Draw back up to hand size. Man, that strong line came into play so much. I love that. That was a perfect thing, and I caught it on video too. So it's just, I've had these little moments like that in this game, and it's so cool to be able to play and have that stuff happen. Oh, and look at that. I got a utility boat. I didn't know I was going to draw it, but I could draw my power rod. So I could have discarded those however I wanted. If I would have been smart about it, I could have been thinking maybe if I draw the utility boat, since that's the card I have, the boat I got at the beginning of the game, I could have said, man, if I drew into that, I want to put the card that I want up here. But I wasn't thinking about it. The three power is nice though, but I probably would have put something else like the, I don't remember what else I had. Maybe the spinnerbait or something. But look, I got a ton of lures now. Okay. Let's see what the AI does. delete. He's gonna catch this one. I don't know what it is. I've kind of been staying in this area over here. He's been kind of catching over here, and that's really what happens in the multiplayer game a lot too, because you don't want to cast on other people's sides, sort of, but you do what you got to do. But you might meet in the middle sometimes. But generally, what I've seen is people sort of stay over here. Like if I was playing 2-player, they would kind of cast over here, I would cast over here, and we might meet in the middle. But it also depends on what card you have. If you have a lot of scanning card, you can look all over the place and then catch whatever you want. So let's see. We get +1 in our cast phase. And I don't even remember what he caught. I don't remember what card he caught. I think it was a 5. Oh, it was a 5 any color or something like that. So, alright, we got +1 in our cast phase. A reel would allow us to go up to 3 with the jig. Oh, we also have 2 spinners. Okay, I'm going to do this. I don't have any power. I'm going to play the utility boat to draw my power rod. So, I don't really know what I'm doing as far as, like, I'm kind of going blind here. But let's play, that's 5, and here's the jig. The jig has got 2 colors, so maybe I can get lucky and catch a green or a black. This says as soon as you play it in the cast phase, you can discard a card to draw a card. So let's discard this worm and draw another card. We got a sinker. Alright. So we'll go with that, and we've got a total of 6 power and a green black. And we're pretty much casting blind here. I don't think I know where anything's at. I'm going to keep drilling down right here. 9 green. So I need 3 more power for that one. And then what we got here? Whoa. Now this one's going to be 4 cards. The 10 and the 12 do 4 cards, so you better be really basically you better be ready to go when you're trying to go for that guy. I'm not going to be ready to go for that one, I don't think. So that was a 9 green. I might plan on getting that next turn if I can get the 9 power. And then I look and see if any of this can help me get there. I mean, there's the master shot, can already get me to most of it. I know I'm going to be probably drawing into a sweep, which gives me 6. So I might not want to buy that. There's another strong line, which can come in very handy. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to spin 3 to buy the strong line. And you know what? I'm just going to gamble. I'm going to spin 4 to get the trolling motor. Let's get a lot of cards, because this trolling motor is going to give me some nice card draw. So let's discard everything we played, and we could be smart about it. I'll just let it do whatever it does. Somehow I put the power rod on top. Okay, because I'm not going to draw into the utility boat, so it doesn't really matter. 5. Sorry, I shouldn't draw 5. Okay, I should have drawn 4. Drew 4. Let's refill the bait shop. And so we have 3 more turns left. Just delete the master shot. He gets to catch any one. So I don't want to give him the 12. I do not want to give him the 9. I don't know. He's been fishing over here, so thematically I think he's going to catch that one. Oh, yes. I got lucky there. I gave you a 3-pointer. I'll do that all the time. I'm just glad that happened. I have a really good chance of winning, even though he's going to get 7, and I've got 5 fish. He's got 6. I'm feeling very good. I even have basically 3 more turns to get some more. So let's do the search phase. This time we can discard a card to draw a card. We also have 2 cards with search effects. So let's discard the set, because we already have a hook card here to draw a card. So that's 1. Gives us a quick reel. Okay. And then let's play the trolling motor to get us in some good position. So we're going to draw 3 cards and then discard one of them. So we're going to have to shuffle. Let's flip pull and draw. I think only one more, right? Yeah. So I need one more, and then I got to discard one of these three over here. Well, you know what? I don't have a lure, so I'm gonna definitely. Oh, and that's perfect because I needed a green one. So let's discard the pause here, and I drew into my sweep. This is just gonna be a perfect turn. I'm going to put up my strong line during the search phase. I'm going to lock it down. I'm probably going to use it this turn, but I'll just leave it here. Man, I think this guy's going to be easily caught, especially with the master set and the sweep. So I only need to generate 9 power. There's 6 right there. That's 4. That'd be 10. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Just do the sweep, and then I'm going to get the master set for 10 power. You know what? With those 2 cards there, I almost could get the 12 if I had a live bait lure. But anyway. Maybe. But if I do it now, I'm probably never going to get a chance to get him. Well, I can't get him this turn anyway, so I'm going to play the sinker, and then I'm not going to gamble, I don't think. I'm going to go straight here. Because, like I said, I'm already in the lead. I don't need to gamble. I'm pretty sure I'm in the lead at least. So there's the 9. Master set gets me up from 6 to 10. And we've hooked him. Now, let's go ahead and just... He does 4 cards. So 3 cards. So we got a green, green, green. Whoa. 3 greens. That would be a horrible... So he jumped 3 times during this. Thematically, this fish, as we're fighting it, jumped 3 times out of the water. And we have to, when they jump out of the water, it gives them, because they're out of the water, they can swing their mouth a lot quicker than normal. And so a lot of times when something jumps out of the water, in real fishing, you will lose it. It'll just pop the hook out. So unless... There's ways to counter that. You just basically tighten your pole. And so that's what you're having to do these 3 times, and that's what this is simulating. And what's great about this is I have the strong line that could ignore 1. I have the master set that ignore 1, so I'm not in too much trouble. I will use the master set to basically ignore that one. And then if I wanted, I could. I'm not gonna save that. I'm gonna save that until the time I need it, and discard the quick reel for 1 green and the pause for the other green. So we have crisis averted and caught the 9-point smallmouth. Happy with that. Super happy. Alright. Now we only have $1 left. We could... Ooh. I'm going to play the reel to get me a minnow. I don't want both of them. I'll just get a grasshopper. And then I'm going to discard what I played. Besides the strong line, draw back up to hand size. Oh wait, you know what? I'm gonna put the sweep on top. Let's be smart about this. Or maybe the master set. Sweep. Because if I draw into the boat, then I can draw the sweep. No, I didn't. Look at all those lures. Oh my goodness. Okay. So let's see what the AI does. This is going to be a really bad turn for me. Delete, and he's going to remove. Oh man, the AI is so mean. I tell you, he deletes the 12 before I can even get a chance to go for him. I was going to try to, if I could generate 12 power, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. I only have. This is 2 more turns left. I do get to discard a card to draw a card, so let's see. You know what? I even had a worm, so I didn't even have to buy the grasshopper, but c'est la vie. So let's discard the grasshopper and draw something else. I'm probably gonna get a boat. Yep. Man, I knew I was gonna get that boat. Well, let's try to catch something here. We got a 4. This could boost it up to a 6. I even have that, so yeah, we're not that scared. So this is 6 power right here, because the reel boosts artificial lures, and the quick reel is basically a double version of that. So you get 6, and then this, if they're 6 or higher, gets 2. So I could potentially get 8 green, red. And I don't know what either one of these threw, and I'm just drilling through. So let's go. Oh yes, haha. That is just perfect. This is the perfect game, I guess. I mean, things are just going my way. And like the last game I played, I only scored 21 points, and the AI got 40. So I lost 40 to 21. So this time I'm just steamrolling, and so that just goes to show you that sometimes you catch the fish, sometimes you don't. All right, so let's go ahead and roll. Roll. I'm so used to rolling that I'm actually drawing cards now. And what I love about this too is these are so easy to see. Like when you're rolling the dice, even it was just harder to see the symbols, and they're so much bigger. So I know exactly what I need. He's going to be jumping, and also it can kind of tell a story. He jumped, and then he went towards debris, and then he tried to come under the boat. So we have to counter all that. Can we do it? Well, I'm really worried this time, because as it turns out, I could do the jump for that one. The boat. And then this one could do either one of those. Oh, yeah. I'm safe, aren't I? Yes. I don't know what I was thinking about. So this spinner, I'll basically counter that one. And then I'll discard the strong line to ignore this one. Perfect. That's just great. So I'm supposed to discard these. I have the and I have the utility boat. The utility boat in my hand left, and I'm going to keep it. And the way I'm going to do this is discard. I'm going to get that spinnerbait again. Line it up. Give me my 8-point fish. I have caught 7 awesome fish, and I'm very happy about that. Okay, what am I doing now? Oh, I didn't even need to do this because it's the last turn, so the buy row does not matter. We're not buying anything else. Drawing back up to hand size. See what the AI does. He's going to catch this fish, whatever it was. Oh my goodness. That might have put him back in the game. As you notice, the 10-point fish also draws 4 cards, so they're very hard to catch. I would say they're harder than they used to be, because with 3 dice they were rolling, and then they had a re-roll. Now they're doing 4, so you could potentially have to discard 4 cards if you don't get a blank. Plus, it gives them more chances of getting the pop, so it's just harder to catch them. Which is good because you want the biggest fish to be the hardest to catch, so that makes sense. All right, now I'm going to play my utility boat or wait, I have the jig. I don't know what anything is out there. I even have a spinner, so I really don't need the spinnerbait per se, but it's way better than having the utility boat, so I'm going to do that because I can use it for its 2 symbols, if nothing else. And then I am going to use the jig during the cast phase so that I can discard something to draw a card. And I think, what do I want to draw? I want to keep these, sort of, because that'd be 3. So I don't want to discard one of these, but at the same time, I might have to. So let's discard the spinner to draw a card. Oh, yes, I like that. Now we're doing the perfect spot. Drawing this one. Oh, strong line. Okay, so that's giving me some great card draw. So now I've got 3 power with a black green. I can't play the pitch because I played that cast. I can play my power rod. So essentially what I'm doing this turn, when you're doing the cast phase, like this initial play phase, you shouldn't think of it as if like I'm doing this right at the time you play the card. You should more be thinking, this is what I'm planning to do. And then once you finalize everything you've played and plan to do, then you go cast. So You should think of it like that. So I drew this perfect spot, but it's from this, but it's more like I was, thinking about, hey, I'm going to use a jig, and then, hey, I found a perfect spot, something like that. So we're going to use a power rod. We're going to get a perfect spot. That's 6 power, green, black, and we could also, I could have played this. Here's the thing. I drew the strong line, I believe. I can't remember when I drew the strong line, but I think it was during the cast phase. So since it was during the cast phase, I cannot play it because you have to play it during the search phase to attach it to your player area. So, but I can keep it in my hand to use it for its other uses. So the other thing I can do is I can boost this up to 8. So I am hoping to find a green or a black with anywhere from 6 to 8. And this has been a really good hole for me, so maybe it's going to be a snag. Watch. Look at that, folks. That hole, I fished it all the way out. There's no more fish in there, and it just had what I needed this time. I mean, there's 6 power, and I needed a black, and I got the black, and I'm pretty certain I'm going to catch it. Look at all this stuff I have in my hand. I mean, there's a chance where I don't, but actually there is a chance, because if he does a pop, I don't have any way to counter it. So if he gets a pop in these 2 cards, I will not get him. So let's see what he gets. Dun dun dun. Blank and a yellow, and I discard the pitch, and I catch the fish. And that was a full 13 rounds, and I caught 8 fish to his 7, and I'm pretty sure I whipped his tail. But let's see what the final weigh-in is going to be. Let's do his first. So he got, let's delete that. You got a 5. Man, that's all you got. Let's see, 4, another 5. Come on, 3. Now there's a 10, so that's more respectable. Well, let's see what he got. It's 21, 28, plus 9, 37. He scored a respectable 37, but out of 7 fish, that's not the greatest, because it's barely over 5 per fish. So let's see what I got. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be pulling out some big ones. So that's 9, 8, 7, 6. 4 is not that great. Another 7. 3 is not that great. And then there's an 8. Wow, this is a massive score. Okay, so that's 25, 39, 49, 52. That is the highest score I've ever had. The highest score I've ever had. Previously it was 49, and so I just beat my highest score, and I beat him 52. I forgot what I said that he did, 37 or something like that. Let's see, 26, 34, 37. I beat him 52 to 37, and that's tournament fishing, the deck building game, with the rods and boats, with the new dice cards. Sorry, dice cards. The fight deck instead of the dice. And so yeah, I'm pretty happy with the deck. I might tweak it here and there as far as like the distribution, but that played out pretty tensely and pretty well. In a multiplayer game, you might end up getting all of them discarded, and so if you do, you just reshuffle it and flip it back over and keep going. And if you needed, like if fish needed to do 4 and you only had done 2 so far, you'll just shuffle it back up and then deal 2 more, just like you do your starting your own deck. It's handled the same exact way. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. And this playthrough is not typical, because like I said, like the game right before this, I played the exact same thing, exact same setup as far as the lake goes, and he just whipped my tail. This time I had all the answers, and I scored the best I ever did. So anyway, I'm Greg Mailer. This is Tournament Fishing, the Deck Building Game. Thanks for watching. So long. Bye-bye.